Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and it's not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. Oh, have I got a good one for you. I found this article and there is a shocking tidbit you want to hear. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video clip from this same event where there are people making sure that Meghan doesn't jump in front of Harry. We will then relate this to narcissism, because in my opinion, Meghan is a malignant narcissist, allegedly. And yeah, let's get into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I also want to preface this. I am not a therapist, so I'm just speaking from someone who has experience with a lot of narcissists. The article is titled, "I'm having an April baby. Meghan lets slip to well-wishers during a walkabout in Birkenhead. She is now 6 months pregnant, but doesn't know if it's a boy or a girl, and she wants it to be a surprise." And again, this article was released in January of 2019. The Duchess of Sussex let slip her baby's due date as she chatted to well-wishers in Birkenhead today. Meghan, 37, revealed that she is 6 months pregnant, with her first child expected in late April, as she met locals in the Merseyside town during her and Prince Harry's first joint engagement of the year. Whoa, I think I just found another gap in this story. So, according to my calculations, Archie was born end of May. It would make him conceived in beginning of August. If she's saying she is 6 months pregnant in 6 months pregnant in January, and she's expecting the baby in April, and you work that back, that means that she was pregnant in July. I don't know. The math ain't mathin' for me. Please drop it in the comments if you see that there's a discrepancy here. I know it's only a matter of a couple of weeks, but we already know that Archie was born late. So there's already like an overestimation on that side. Okay, let's continue the article. Harry was also heard asking one mother how her daughter Lily's name was spelled, although Meghan insisted that they did not know the sex of their baby. And this is where the fireworks went off for me, because this is January 2019, and they're already thinking of the name Lily. So I just want to leave this out there that hindsight is 2020, and I believe that they had this Lilibet thing planned a long time ago. Like, I know we've heard stories about how the website was purchased so much ahead of before they asked Queen Elizabeth if they can use her name, but we're talking years now. This is 2 years before, and Harry asked that question. So leave it in the comments. Like, this to me is astounding. Okay, so let's get into the video clip. I'm going to show you the clip one time, and I'm not going to talk through it, and then after that I will talk through it and we can analyze it. So what I see is another example, and I'll show you the previous example that I've observed, that there are these two men. One is walking Meghan, and notice how his back is to Meghan. He is not going to engage in conversation with Meghan. And the second man is trying to maintain a conversation with Meghan. I believe that all of this is done to ensure that Meghan doesn't get in front of Harry. So you have gentleman number one, who has back turned to Meghan, making sure Meghan is not going to try to engage with him and try to jump in front. And then gentleman number two, keeping Meghan busy and making sure she doesn't jump in front. So what this implies is that people have already noticed before January of 2019 that Meghan jumps in front of Harry. We know that royal protocol dictates that Harry, as the prince, should lead the interactions. So what I believe happened is that these gentlemen have strategically positioned themselves in order to enforce proper etiquette. This is a deliberate move to maintain decorum and avoid scrutiny, especially in this highly visible setting. Drop it in the comments if you observe this too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to include a second clip where this happened. It was during the Commonwealth Day 2020, where there are two clergymen that do the exact same thing to make sure that Meghan doesn't get in front of Harry. Now, of course, I made that video I made that video before I made this one, so this technically chronologically is the first instance that I've seen of it so far, but it's just interesting to note that people have recognized Meghan jumps in front of Harry, and they're doing their best to stop it. I want to mention that during this whole interaction, I did not see Meghan have a mask slip, and that begs a couple of questions. So why did she not have first question is, why did she not have a mask slip? Why was she not angered by this? Maybe the cameras, maybe I missed a mask slip. I don't know. Maybe the gentleman that was talking to her was keeping her so busy that she didn't have a chance to have a mask slip. I'm not sure. Maybe she was prepared before the event that, there was going to be this strategic move where Harry was going to go first. I'm not sure. But I'm interested to know in what you all think, so please drop that in the comments. So let's talk a little bit about how Meghan may have felt during this interaction. And I think the very first thing that she would probably think is that she has lost control. Narcissists want to be the focal point of all interactions, and being sidelined like the way Meghan was in this video or in that moment, Meghan probably felt diminished, and it probably caused her to be frustrated and maybe later would display passive aggressive behaviors. This also directly impacts her ego. So in her mind, she should go first. And when she goes first, it reinforces this belief in herself that she is really, really important. But this making sure that Harry goes first is a reminder to Meghan that Harry is the prince and that he, according to protocol, is supposed to go first. So I think that this would be incredibly damaging to her ego, and I think, I don't know, maybe there may be negative reactions that happened beyond the cameras. I don't know. I think also that this is a direct challenge to her authority in her relationship with Harry. And I think she would probably hold a lot of resentment towards the people that orchestrated the event, like definitely towards those two gentlemen and, people beyond those two gentlemen that ensure that Meghan wouldn't go first. So this could be something that she ruminates on. Perhaps she is laying the blame at the royal family's doorstep, and events like this or instances like this are where her frustration maybe came, or maybe why she feels justified in what she said in lying on Oprah and creating this Netflix documentary. It's important to remember that Meghan's perception is her everything, and she feels justified, and she doesn't think she did anything wrong with the documentary and all of that. She feels justified. It was right for her to do because they hurt her. They made sure she was sidelined, and so many other things. So I'm curious to know what you all think about this. Please drop it in the comments. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. I'm almost at 7,500 subscribers right now. I would love to hit 10,000. It would be so awesome. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for listening to this video. There's going to be so much more coming out soon, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.